Welcome back to Taste to Table. Haven't been here in a little while. I've been extremely busy, but today we're going to make something that I think most people love, and that's stuffed cabbage, but we're going to do it the easy way. We are going to make unstuffed cabbage. This just cuts out a whole lot of steps, if you will. So, in my bowl, I'm using a mixing bowl. I'm going to use my KitchenAid just because I don't feel like mixing it by hand. I've been cooking, all day, and this is my last thing to cook today. So I'm going to use my mixing bowl. I have 1.5 pounds of lean ground beef in here, and I have 1 pound of ground pork. Now, if you don't want to use ground pork, you can use all ground beef. That's fine. It's entirely up to you. So we're going to start by putting in about 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. About 2 teaspoons. That's good enough. We can always adjust this later. We're going to put in, I'm really cheating, I'm not cutting up my own parsley. I buy this in the vegetable section. And we're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of parsley, fresh parsley. If you don't have fresh parsley, that's okay too. You can use dried parsley. I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of jarred garlic. And the reason for that is, again, I don't feel like cutting up my own garlic today. So about 2 tablespoons of garlic, because garlic is really delicious. And we're going to put in about 1/4 cup of diced onions. And I did dice the onion myself. Yes, I did this time. Don't normally do that, but I did. Okay. We're going to add some pepper. On my grinder, I do about 5 to 8 grinds of pepper on there. And we're going to put 1 egg in here, because that's what's going to bind it. We need to bind it. And rice. Regular, plain old, long grain rice. Okay, you can use Uncle Ben's, you can use whatever your store brand is. And this is going to get about 1/2 cup. It looks like a lot of rice. It is not. I may adjust this later when it's mixed a little bit to see if I need more of that in here, but for now that looks pretty good. I am also going to add about 3 or 4 tablespoons of water, because that rice is really going to soak up the liquid in here. So now I'm going to put this on my mixer just for a couple of seconds, and I'll show you what we do in the meantime. Put this in here. Okay. I would put my mixer over there, but it's really, really heavy, so I don't want to do that. My mixer is over here, and for whatever reason I can't get this in here. There we go. Oh my goodness. And I just put that on a low speed to mix it. So while that's mixing, I'm going to turn you around, and we're going to come over here to the pot. I don't know if you can see that yet. There we go, we have the pot. Okay, there's the pot. Okay. And in the pot, I have already added tomato juice. And this is, I don't know how many ounces this is. I think this is 64 ounces. I already added a whole 64-ounce jar of tomato juice. And to that, we are going to add cut up cabbage. We just cut our cabbage after wash it, of course. And then we just put it in here. Now we want this to really come down a little bit. It'll reduce. This will look like a lot of cabbage. Again, it is not. It's 1 head of cabbage. And we just want to get all of that in here. There we go. my cabbage is in there. I'm going to give this a stir. Just get that all down in there. And it looks to me like I'm going to need more. I always buy 2 containers because I make a lot of this. It is absolutely fantastic. When it's a little chilly outside, you really want to have something delicious. I'm going to add some more. And again, that's going to cook down. So I added about a quarter of the second one. And again, I'm going to add some parsley to this. Just about, I don't know, tablespoon and a half. And I'm going to go ahead and add some more garlic, because I mean, after all, who doesn't love garlic? Okay, and again, about a tablespoon and a half just to this. That's perfect. I am also going to add a teaspoon of salt, especially if you're going to use low sodium tomato juice, which you can, of course. You definitely need to add some salt, and it's always kosher salt for me. And a couple of grinds of pepper. And a little tiny bit of onions that I have left in here. This is about, half a tablespoon. Just gonna put that in there. It's because I don't like to chop onions. I don't know anybody that does. Kind of starts making you cry, you know? And I'm going to put this on a medium heat. And again, give this just a stir around so that all gets incorporated. Okay, that looks fantastic. We're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes. And the reason we do that is so that the cabbage gets a little bit more tender. Be a little bit more tender. So we're going to put this up medium higher gas. And we're just going to take the lid, cover that back up. I am using hex-clad pots. They are the only pots that I use. Hex-clads are really phenomenal. They cook a little bit hotter than regular pots. And I find that nothing sticks to them, even if I'm searing. And if I'm searing, I'm only doing that on a medium-high heat. I never cook my hex-clad pots on super high heat. I don't need to. These are absolutely wonderful. If you're looking for pots and you really want to make an investment, hex-clad all the way. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the meat that we have mixed up. Let's take it out of here. And this seems like it's taking a long time for me. I don't know why, but it really isn't. I'm just trying to get through the video fast for you guys. But again, I'm going to have this recipe written out for you, so you don't have to worry about watching it, I don't know, 40, 50 times. So we're going to bring that over back to our surface, our test surface. And I'm going to put on a pair of gloves. These are food safe kitchen gloves because I don't like to get my hands messy with raw meat. It's just a thing with me. I don't enjoy that. Okay, so I'm going to put my gloves on after I wash my hands. They're nice and wet and hard to get on, but we'll get at it. Okay, gloves are on. Now I'm going to switch you back over to here while that's cooking. And we're back with our mixture. I'm going to put my glasses on because I cannot see without them. Let's see. Now, you know what? Just take a look at it. Does it look like it has enough rice in it? Because the rice is what's going to make it really super tender. And I think we need a little bit more. So I'm going to add just a little bit more rice in there. So you're going to use about 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup, Of course, depending on how much you're making, you can cut this recipe down. You can make more. I'm just gonna fold this in because I'm too lazy to put it back on the KitchenAid. And that's so much better. It needed that. Okay. Let's see. It smells really good. Okay. So, now I'm going to take my lid off of my pot because it's been cooking there for a while. Again, it hasn't been, it's not cooked down enough as much as I would like it to be cooked down, but that's okay for video purposes. I am going to serve this for dinner to my family tonight, so I would like it to be, you know, good. It'll be good, trust me. Okay, so then we take these, and we don't make them into meatballs. We make them into footballs. So it just looks like a football. That looks really good, actually. Really good. Okay. Perfect. I'm just gonna grab a plate and put these on because I really would like that to render down, that cabbage to render down a little bit more. So I'm gonna put the lid back on the pot. Okay, and we have really nice looking footballs. And we just keep going on and making the footballs. Some of them are gonna be bigger, some of them are gonna be smaller. It's just, you know, that's homemade. I don't weigh them, so it doesn't really matter because we're gonna cook them for, an hour or two. Be able to see what they look like when they're done. Because I already started, I started one so you can see the finished product. Because I don't think you want to be with me for 2 hours or so. I just think that's excessive. Okay, so we're going to just make our footballs. Now, this recipe comes from my grandmother, and she would actually make stuffed cabbage, and I thought, God, there's got to be a better way. But it's just, it takes too long to stuff all these footballs, and you know, you have to blanch your cabbage, and we're not doing any of that. This is easy unstuffed cabbage, but the taste, exactly the same. And I also find that when you have stuffed cabbage, for me, there's never enough cabbage. So this way I can take as much cabbage as I want. Anybody can take as much cabbage as they want, or not take any at all and just have the little footballs with the same taste as stuffed cabbage without the cabbage texture, which so many people do not like. Well, they think they don't like. So you try this recipe and you let me know what you think. Okay, so I'm gonna finish doing the rest of these, but for now, I'm going to turn the camera around again, take my gloves off, and they're done. They can go in the garbage. I go through a lot of those. Okay, I'm going to take my lid off. Again, that was on a medium to a medium-high temperature. I can't see whether you can see the pot or not. You cannot. Okay, so there you go. There's the pot. Okay, and we're just going to give that another stir around. You can see that it's starting to boil a little bit, which is what we want. We want that to happen. And even now, just looking at it, you can see that the cabbage has rendered down quite a bit already. Yep, okay, that's good. Now, I have one cooking in here just to show you what this will look like when it's done, because I didn't want to, like I said, keep you on the video for hours at a time. Notice I used no oil in here, no nothing. This is gluten-free. If you want it to be dairy-free, just don't add the egg and buy some of that phony egg. that you buy. I don't use it, so I don't know what the name of it is. I'd love to tell you, but I just can't. Okay, so here we go. Now we've got our, and they look pretty good. I mean, they look pretty even, actually, for doing it quick. I'm pretty impressed with myself here. Okay, so we're just gonna take these and we're gonna put them in here. Now, what's gonna happen is when this cabbage cooks down some more, these are gonna float to the bottom or float around, which is fine. That's what you want them to do. Okay, just like that. I am going to finish making the meatballs, well, the footballs. Let's not call them meatballs, they're not, they're footballs. I'm going to finish doing that, and I'm going to show you what this looks like when it is finished. So, I've got a plate here. Can you see this over here? Yeah, you can. That's all right, I'll take it over there when I plate it and show it to you. Okay, so this one is finished. Like I said, I started this earlier so you could see what the finished product looks like. Looks rather nice. Oh my goodness. I wish you could smell this. I know I say that in every video. I do. I say it in every video, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. It's really super hot. I got some on my finger. It's really super hot. But I'm gonna cut this for you. I don't know if I'm going to taste it because it is so hot, but you can see, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. So I'm just going to take a tiny little taste because it's really super hot. And I'd like to get some of that cabbage in there too. Don't know if I'm going to be able to, but let's just give it a taste, okay? Oh, wow. I haven't had this in a really long time. So I'm going to eat this now. Well, I probably should finish the footballs. I'm going to finish the footballs and then I'm going to eat this. And again, thank you for watching Taste to Table, and I will put up the written recipe now that I know how, so you won't have to go through this whole video 12, 14, 15 times, whatever it is you have to do. So until next time, we'll do a dessert next time. I think it's time for a dessert. See you next time. Bye.